Hi Kalahi, this is Apo Adman Agama, and today I am in front of you now because I have a topic to discuss. It is about the creation story, myth, about the first human being, and it was the creation story that we use in our class discussion at Hewlett Academy of Pinabaylan. And according to the myth, no, we tell that Kabunyian is the one who made the human beings. No, the first one were the black people, the second one were the white people, and the last one were the brown race. Though in the story of Kabunyian, no, we have mentioned there that the first creation was born because Kabunyian felt so tired and he fell asleep. No, then that's the reason why the first creation were black people because they were born by Kabunyian. And the second one is about the white people, the ancestor of the white race. Uh, from this, we see that Kabunyian were very excited and was not able to see if the creature or the human being are already cooked. So um, Kabunyian just harvest the second creation from the oven that it became raw. And the last creation, Kabunyian made the brown race, which he spent the right time. He watched over the third creation with patience and perseverance and vigilance, no? And when he harvested out from the oven the third creation, it was perfectly brown. Here, I might be using words to describe or to overemphasize on the brown race because it is the pride of the brown race to be the perfect. But I was not able to think that these words become discriminatory to other people, such as right now people are having issues with racial discrimination. Although the story does not emphasize on discriminating one another, but it just want to explain how do people came from, or how do these races came from. And I received a suggestion to rewrite the story or to, yeah, to find a good word to describe, no? And it was suggested that instead of burning the first man, the first human being, try to find a story that God uses different type of soil in creation, no? So as in creating the the white race and the brown race. So probably Kabunyian might use different kind of soil in creating human being to discuss, to show up how the different races were formed. But in this story, aside from telling people the origin of each races, uh, I want to emphasize the story also emphasize the fact that God has also emotion. No, God is like us that has emotion. Though I don't want it. It might be also another issue on a discrimination issue or a blasphemy issue that we are leveling God into a human being that has an emotion. But then we have to emphasize, or we have to show you that what is the nature of God right now, no? If we change the story of creation by making God so perfectionist enough, no? there will be an issue of that God will imply to us perfection, no? God will imply perfection, though I'm not telling that God is not perfect at all. But here we can see that God has emotion, that he became tired, that God became excited, and then God persevered and practiced vigilance. With that, we can see that a God, for us a Filipino, that we have a God that is almost the same as us, that has emotion. And with that, we can see that God has compassion and has a loving nature, that God knows who we are for what we are. In the creation story of Kabunyian, we see that whenever we had a mistake, there is a God who will forgive us from our mistake and will teach us the right thing to do. Though discrimination is another issue or different issue, but what we highlight here as a Filipino, as Hilot Binabaylan, is that our God is compassionate enough to forgive our sins or mistakes and wrongdoing. And from the creation story of Kabunyian, we find out that even that you have a mistake, that you have a flaw, no? Whether you are black or white or brown or whatever color of your skin, God gave value on you. God worked on you by the hands. He created you. He gave you form. God gave you life. And this is the wonderful thing that we have as a Filipino, because we have this story of creation that values you. Our ancestor might foretold this story, not thinking about of the future, that people will use the color of your skin to discriminate one another. But our ancestors tell this story thinking of people to have hope that we have the same God that loves us all. And the color of your skin does not make you more greater, superior to the other color of skin of other people. This story aims to unite everyone, even that we have flaw in ourselves. Because as human, we are imperfect. We are not that beautiful. We are not that great. But with God's love, we all become wonderful. And that is how God becomes so great. Because even in God's imperfection, we become wonderful. And His compassion, His or her, whatever name you want to, or pronoun that you want to call upon God, it is clearly that God loves us all. I hope that you may have time to think of this creation story that we have as a Filipino. I hope that you will use this story to encourage you that God loves you, even that you are imperfect. You just ask God the knowledge and the power to become perfect, to help you live your life here on earth. So until then, may you all blessed be peace. Mayari na. Pag-asat.